sunroom and just like veg. Extreme fatigue is not good. It makes you think you're sick. I swear.
And nursing mothers as well. What is the data they're showing? Well, it's still pretty early, and of course there are controlled clinical trials going on to get the answers definitively, but so far the early data has been encouraging. The safety looks strong for pregnant women and nursing
Below
women,
deck.
and there are some very early signs that there may be
Below deck.
from pregnant moms to their babies or from nursing mothers to their babies as well. So those are all very good things, moving for more data that really definitively.
I don't know how you do it. The good news, bad news for this week has been remarkable. We had the CDC study about the biotech. We had the pandemic news quote from Zelensky. And then yesterday we had this idea that to the CDC's best knowledge right now, those who aren't fully vaccinated don't spread.
I need to know that my stuff going because I'm like a half hour. Are you sure? No, because if you can't make it to the doctor's office. You called me Sabrina? Oh, hell no. Come get outside. Come on, go to the bathroom. Open this blind for and I'll open a blind for this company. $10,000 cabin, yeah. I'd move our ass up there and let you just play with the owls. Who? Yeah, Pumpkin was upstairs. Oh, yeah, was upstairs. Pumpkin's not gonna be able to know you a dog. Okay? You playing jack-o'-lantern. Hallway. I almost said foyer. I was like, grab one, do it. I'm not gonna grab one. I'm sitting here peacefully. Here, yeah. Grandma wants to hold you. Well, last night was horrible. Last night was, it was just horrible at work. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I'm wearing all the right clothes. No one's supposed to be wearing the clothes. Yay. Got white nice clothes on. No, it's just like, they scheduled me on the register for 8 hours straight. Okay. Problem is that everybody that's on the register, okay, I'm noticing is they're stuck on the register, they're seeing money and stuff like that. We're pulling credit card applications. Nobody wants credit card applications. We're in this contest, we're supposed to be doing 30 credit cards a day. I'm sorry, not a day, 30 credit cards a week. It started off being like a day, but who the hell knows with everybody talking the way they do. So anyway, so our credit cards went up from having to get 2 to 4. And nobody wants them. Everybody's saying at the counter that they're cutting back on their credit cards. They're trying to get rid of their credit. Okay, that's fine. So we got that dilemma going. People are returning left and right. There's only 2 floor managers at nighttime. And the floor managers have been lately getting like really bothered at the fact that people are returning and that they can't do their stuff. Right? They gave me a project on register.
Now, they were saying more, because they're not allowed to try it on.
Right, try it on in the fitting room.
Okay, now, hold on. When something, if they were allowed to try it on in the fitting room, they would have their sales. But because people, they have to buy it, take it home, try it on, and if it doesn't fit.
They have to return
Turn
it.
it, and then I fuck it, I'm not gonna try to buy another one, go home, try it, and then if it doesn't fit, I gotta keep doing this.
Right, and the customers are getting upset. Yesterday, I mean, it was just like the past 3 weeks of problems came to a head last night because of one particular personality that came into the room. And this personality is something like because I remember this personality in my my behavioral class for business. I had to take a business class in freshman year, so we had this personality in the class. Luckily, the teacher was able to manipulate her. But it's not a healthy personality at all, by all means, because you can tell by her fashion statement versus like the managers at the other Forever 21s, like that I go and check out. These women, they have their hair long, they have a certain look to them. They have a certain look to them, and it's a serious look, like you don't want to bother them. But their style of clothing, though, is pretty basic. So basically, they're shopping out of sales and basics, but when they get a certain collection, they'll shop out of that collection and stay in that collection, which is fine. But this one showed up looking like Black Christmas, like not Nightmare Before Christmas fashion, but Black Christmas. So anyways, she's upsetting one manager next to me. This one is having a hard time taking in, you know, customers at the register. You can tell she's trying to get through her day. Then our general manager, all these freaking names that they have, is just, you might as well just say, you know, store manager, assistant manager, general manager, or district manager, actually, it's called district manager. And then it's regional and all that stuff. So Helen takes her, she trains her and stuff. And it's kind of like, okay, so are you gonna be serious? Because when we have Lisa being the opposite of this person's personality, who is serious but is like bubbly, she doesn't talk like this girl. So it kind of got us all scared. Like this one, like the manager next to me, she was over here saying like, so exactly what are you? Couldn't get a straight answer. That upset her the whole night, the whole afternoon. She ended up forgetting that I had to take a 10. I had my lunch like way too early, right after the 10 minutes. So it was like, okay. Normally on my 8-hour shift, from 11:30 to 7:30, my lunch is at 4 or 4:30. Here it was like 3 o'clock. It was like, okay. They had Kylie and Sophia. So she was supposed to be my backup register. Luckily, they didn't tear up Sophia. Tried to go and help, couldn't. Because it's like the moment you grab 2 pieces of clothing, the line starts up again. So it's just back to back. Refunds were coming in left and right. So this manager had positioned herself right smack dab in the middle of the fucking front counter area, causing like a jam in the flow of customer service and stuff. And it's just like, okay, you just sat on the register and already you've had a problem with your register. As a manager, if you start breaking down computers and it's your first working day, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Because that's usually how like it goes. Like the first day should be, you know, brand new. You shouldn't have a problem. You know, Pumpkin, you are not going to get Ian like that. You did. You freaking Jacqueline. So it was bad. It was completely bad. I barely got through, I finished up a box, it was just like a bunch of purses, which it should have just been done, it should have just been done 2 weeks ago when we were super slow. And because it was the same style, that's why I'm saying it. It's like, you guys could have just thrown it over there. You guys they don't do, I'm gonna do it. No. A cycle count. So they don't do a cycle count on the inventory. Meaning checking out what needs to be marked down from the original price and all that stuff. And that should be done really by another manager. There should be 2 distribution, or how should I say, backroom stock inventory people in position. Like there should be an assistant manager and then like a regular manager in charge of that, because that assistant can go out and go and see what is on the markdown list, not like the entire staff of managers, because it's completely discombobulated. There's no flow whatsoever. And the customers know it. And you can tell by how they throw things. But I'll tell you what though, when they see us frustrated, they don't really care. They don't care at all. When I walked into the Somerset Forever 21 store, it wasn't as bad as our store. Our store got so tore up, it was just horrible. It was horrible. Sunday night and then Monday they tore up Alexa to the point where it was just like, oh yeah, this should be a 45-minute cleanup. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's never 45-minute cleanup. It's not like how I'm seeing it in other stores. Like there's organization, there's a structure. You know, whatever you apply for, that's what you stay as. Okay. I'm pretty sure he did brand ambassador. I think I left it the way it was. So it was just, you couldn't have gotten any worse. Oh! Breakfast is served for me. Sunday night, we must have done like $1,500 in restaurant. I know I'm like not wanted in this part of the group because it's just like I walk in, I get assigned to do something, I already know what it has to be done, I know how fast I have to go about it, but it's just like the moment they see me or they see how I am, it's like let's throw obstacles and throw grief towards her. Because it's like let's put the people on register in a zone that's gonna constantly get tore up. Like for instance, they used to put somebody on register and then put them in bedroomized, which is Sophia. And Sophia is like the most popular section to go to next to sales. And it would be like you get on the register and now you're stuck on it. But these managers though, they pick their favorites. So it's like, okay, now you can go off and you can go back to your section, it's okay. But if I go off knowing how many certain amount of customers you're supposed to take in and go to my section, this is what I hear. You need to stay and help and bring the line completely down. So there's 3 people in line, meaning that by the time I get to the last person in line, now I've got 5 more fucking customers coming in. Now I can't move to go take care of the zone, take care of the area. So it's like, okay, so another registered person, you would tell them to go and, go back to their area and go clean it up. But you're telling me I gotta stick it out, and then you're wondering why I'm like full 2 hours in the freaking area? I'm pulling stuff out. Nobody's walking through. You know what's so funny? They walk through the store to come back to come get their go bags, but not a single one of them are picking up stuff that they see that they know that's in the wrong spot. So for instance, if stuff is from Callie and Sophia, nobody's grabbing it. Okay, I'm not saying like go through the whole entire section and go grab all the stuff that you think it's yours. No, if you see something you know for a fact it's yours and you have the ability to grab it, grab it. But I've yet to see anybody make that arm extension effort. Nothing. Nothing. I do it every so often. But I'm trying to avoid making it a habit so that people don't go and do this. Oh, it's okay. That part, if I don't get to it, so and so will get to it. Because one girl has already said, I don't like helping people. This is why I don't like helping people, because they become dependent. Okay, well, you got no choice, Tootsie. You've been working at this for a lot longer than some of us. Some of us are trying to get through the whole head games of these fucking managers right now, while trying to master the job at the same time. I should have mastered this job in 2 weeks, Mom. 2 weeks. I did it in one day in all my 2 weeks. Did I get any type of relief? No. 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 And I don't come home and talk about it because it's like, okay, well, the next day I have to work. God forbid I should say anything, because then it might ruin like the next day outcome. So it's like completely bottled up. But like the way the management staff is, you have to wait it out to see completely the whole picture, because God forbid if you should even say an assumption too early in the game. And it was just like, last night it really was the end of it, because the manager that started off my shift, she was bothered by the new person, didn't like how she was talking to her, that upset her. The new person was, on the register, she was doing fine, and all of a sudden the register just decided to go kaputs. And it's like, great, now you put yourself smack dab in the middle when you could have gone towards the freaking end of the front counter and taken the customers that way, because we can create a line outside the general line area with returns and exchanges. No, you did it smack dab, so now customers are getting frustrated. They don't like having to wait and seeing customers go past them. It's just like, as if shit couldn't be any worse. Just, I'm glad I got these 2 days off. Like, seriously. Like, I completely checked out of my job, like, I totally checked out of my job. Like, 2 hours into, like, little. Nothing's efficient.